Hey, I've got a divine message for you. The first thing Spirit wants you to know, Spirit, the divine, God, you're not alone. You are not alone. I was called to make this video because today, though this is a timeless message, today when I'm recording this is the 11th anniversary of my late husband's passing. And I took this opportunity to do some reflecting. I went through some of my journals from the past, and what I wanted to see was how far I've come. And what I ended up finding was that my past self had so much wisdom to give me. And this message is for somebody that's lost someone close to you. Maybe you've lost several people. If you haven't lost anyone close to you, maybe you're going through a dark night of the soul. Maybe you're coming to terms with the death of a past version of you. And not a lot of people, I don't know, at least in my experience, nobody wants to talk about death. And yet it's in so much of our content, our culture, and I think we could really help each other out if we talked about it more. Not just the death of loved ones, but also the death and rebirth cycles that we all go through, where change happens, struggle occurs, a challenge comes into your life that you have to deal with that you weren't expecting, things that happen out of the blue, sometimes things that are even the culmination of things that maybe we knew what we were doing, but we just kept choosing that path. And then it takes something like really drastic to happen in order for us to actually make a change. I guess I just want to tell you, it's okay to feel. It's okay to sit with those things. But the most interesting thing that I found from reading my journals was I had so much wisdom even then, and I feel like I've overcome so much more now. I've learned so much. And yet, even that past version of me, only a couple years after he had passed, that's about when I was reading. So he passed in 2015, and I was reading journal entries from 2017 up to 2019. It's 2 to 4 years. And even then, as hard as the loss was, I didn't have a single regret, because as hard as that loss was to deal with, my life is completely different, and in a really, really good way. And, maybe right now you're not in the best way, But to me, going through those challenges is what really helped me turn my life around, because I started developing an attitude of turning my pain into some kind of purpose. But the first thing I did was turn my pain into my purpose. Like, I never wanted to experience pain like that, so I started taking better care of my health, realizing that nobody's going to take care of me. I have to do that. You know, I can't rely on anybody to do that for me. I have to do that for me first. And from that, like, that was just such a keystone in my journey in turning my whole life around. And the times where really big challenges occurred, or, you know, when my husband passed, or just anything really, like, those are the things that are actually like treasures to me, because they held such lessons that I would not have wanted to experience. I did not, like, from this vantage point of this life right now, I didn't choose those lessons. So that was really the only way I was going to learn them. And those lessons now, like, are just so valuable. I feel like, well, nothing is really as bad as that. You know, that's one of the worst things. And I still made it through that. And that proved to myself time and time again about my own resilience. And, you know, sometimes you're walking on shaky legs, but you're still walking. That's still a form of strength and resilience, even though you don't feel strong. Like, you've kept on, you've kept going. And the more that I went through those challenges and just kept going no matter what, even if I was walking on shaky legs, even if I was crawling, even if I was just like, but I was still here, that helped develop a confidence in me that if something comes across my path now, I'm less afraid, because I know the caliber of things that I've dealt with. So if I can deal with that, then what? You gonna do what? So, yeah, you know, in a really weird way, like, some of the worst things that happen to you can actually, like, foster that feeling of resilience and actually, like, help build your confidence if you let it. And maybe you don't see that right now, but maybe when you look back, if you journal and things like that, you can look back and see how resilient you actually were, and what an amazing person. And then you can also look back on all of your lessons and how much wisdom you've gained, and how much of a treasure it is to be alive. Because I think that's the other biggest lesson in loss, is truly treasuring the people around you, and also making sure that the people that you are around, because you are going to treasure them, make sure that they have a positive impact on your life, that they're supporting you, encouraging you, and unconditionally loving you through all of it. If you don't have a positive support system in your life, in my eyes, I'm like, just cut it loose. Because, like, if you're gonna be a weak board, you might as well not even be any there, because you're not adding support to the structure anyway. But so it's like, I want to be able to help support people, and I also want to be supported, though I don't require other people to support me. I just provide the opportunity for them to do so. And if they choose and want to do that, then they can become part of my inner circle. So I just keep a watchful eye on who I'm around and who I'm giving my love to and how they're actually loving me. Wishing you love and strength at this time. Try to bring some joy where you can. Maybe watch something funny. Even like sometimes some like really dark humor helps when you've been through something really, really serious. Because it's just at that point, it's almost just like whatever, like it's all relative. Like, but that's just where my mind goes. And I'm just thankful to be able to bring forth this message for you today. And yeah, thanks for walking into the temple, friend. Mwah. Go make it a better world out there. Bye.